Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Spooky Tuesday. I'm your host, Robot Spacer.
I'm your stream ghost. I'm trying to get more into the light, but whatever.
It's spooky. Yeah,
I'm the ghost of the stream.
Also, this is our gamer's bed.
This is not a good view of it.
This is our combination guest room and streaming room, and that's why we need a bed.
Yep.
For both things.
Yes.
Yes. Hey Val, good to see you. And I can game while you sleep. Exactly. The only thing a real gamer needs. We also have, way off camera, a brand new gamer's trash can. It's a nice green color.
I forgot we got that.
That will come in very handy.
All the way on the other side of the room where it will be of no use to anyone.
I mean, I just put it there temporarily till we figure out where we want it to go.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I already said this. I know I said hello, but I hope you're doing well. How you doing tonight? One thing I wanted to say was I definitely screwed up the audio last week while I was messing with audio in other games. Hanging in there. Well, that's good. So last week we were missing some audio, like in Jackson Square, and who knows what else we might have been missing. That was the part where it was the most apparent to me because we were used to hearing all the bands in there playing stuff. So I guess like that's all MIDI audio, and then the rest is like I can't think of the correct term for it, but
I keep
recorded
into
music.
The picture-in-picture. Like my natural inclination is apparently to drift.
Shoot, is this gonna? Yeah, it's on camera. I was gonna do a little boop boop. Oh, there's a robot in the corner.
I made that. We made it together.
Yes.
When I was in college.
Did that robot ever have a name?
It's lost to time if it did.
I feel like it didn't. It's just
might
robot buddy.
I think it might have been something like EXO because his eyes are X's and O's.
And it actually, I don't think we can demonstrate this right now, but it lights up.
I don't know if the light fixture part of it is still in there.
The eyes and the heart light up, and then like it's kind of hard to see, but the edges of the body have like
it's like rice paper.
Yeah. So some light comes out of there. It's very cool.
That was a first year art school 3D design project that I think it was a very broad brief, which was just make a lamp out of whatever. So I made a little robot who's a messenger of love, I guess. I don't know if there was a strong theme.
Ooh.
What'd you do?
I knew that was going to happen. I wanted to make sure I had maximum height. Oh, and there we go.
Okay. It's chaos. Welcome to chaos.
we got to change something every week, apparently.
Apparently.
I'm sitting in a different chair than normal. This is Unsecret Crush's chair normally. And
it's supposed to be my office.
It's a little bit small for me, but
it's supposed to be my office chair, but it hasn't been in the office for several months.
Yeah.
Maybe I just don't have an office anymore.
I don't know.
Are you gonna annex my desk?
No. I don't need it. I don't want more desk. I have enough desk.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have less desk even. I don't know. Anyways. So recap. Recap?
Sure.
Oh, another thing I was going to say was last week you pointed out how it was okay that extra audio was missing because it was kind of loud before. I actually found in ScumVM a setting to adjust the volume of specifically that audio.
Okay.
So it should be a little better balanced now, hopefully.
Okay.
So if our tap dancing friend comes back, it won't destroy our ears this time. So recap. Gabriel Knight. Kind of a trash man.
Kind of a sleazeball.
Also a horror novel writer who's got an old cop buddy friend that is giving him inside info on the voodoo murders that are everybody keeps saying they're not actually related to voodoo.
It's like fake voodoo.
But it's starting to seem like maybe there is a little bit of an actual voodoo connection or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on there at this point.
Everyone keeps saying that it's not real voodoo, but it might still be supernatural.
Yeah, I mean, there's something going on there. And then we've just been kind of fumbling around town trying to piece together information. We found some.
We found another snake to inspect and learned it was not the snake that we have a scale from.
We found all these symbols that we had we befriended an artist in Jackson Square who turned these symbols into a complete picture that last week we handed off to a professor that's like analyzing them. It's something called a veve. I'm holding this up because this says veve right here. I don't remember what it has to do with I think maybe the veve goes around on the ground here, and then there's this pole.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's got something to do with some kind of a ritual.
I didn't take the most accurate notes of that lecture, but that's what I got. And then we also, another interesting thing we have not fully investigated yet. At one point we had a voodoo lady decipher some writing on
Marie Laveau's
tomb. It said something about DJ Conclave Tonight, Fouet Cash, and during that professor's lecture we learned that a fouet cache is a whip. Some sort of ritual whip, I think. So I assume that'll come together at some point. And then at one point we ran into neighborhood fancy lady Malia Getty at a tomb.
Her family tomb.
Yeah. I mean, it's not certain at this point, but I think we might be breaking into that tomb at some point. It's just a theory.
Do a little raid, a little tomb raid, if you will.
Yeah. And then we also we stole some priest's clothes and we dressed up like a priest.
Right, to trick an old lady.
And we tricked an old lady, and I think we're gonna have to go back and do that again and rob the old lady this time.
Trick her some more.
We gotta figure out how to rob the old lady while dressed as a priest.
So she showed us her snake bracelet, but we did not obtain the snake bracelet, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
She will only she's got the snake bracelet, and here's my lovely drawing. Yes. She's got it in a like fancy chest locked up.
So you gotta like distract
thing
her
she
somehow.
keeps on the table, and she'll only open it to let priest Gabriel bless it for her.
Right.
And he does a very bad little blessing thing, and like there's a brief opportunity to do something, and like my best guess is we gotta maybe swap it for something.
Yeah, I would guess.
It's got like a shiny eye gem for the snake, and like I don't know if maybe we gotta like swap that out for a fake one, or I don't know. I'm just guessing.
My guess is, based on the experience in Mosley's office, is that you have to, for some reason, get her to leave the room, and then you can just take it, because it's just in a box in the living room.
But I think it's locked in that box.
Oh, is it locked? Okay.
I believe she has the key.
I see.
Like, while we're blessing it, there is a moment for an interaction.
Okay.
So I'm confident we have to do something in that moment.
Sure.
It's possible there's some way we could get her to leave during that moment, but I feel like it's going to be a different approach. I mean, we've missed a lot of details there, but I feel like that's a fine recap.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
And now I will become the
Now,
stream ghost.
like, I mean, you can't see it too well, but she can just chill back and Be a relaxed stream ghost. I guess we'll get
My
to see your
computer.
little Apple logo.
Can you hand my headphones?
yeah.
I left them way over there. Help. Okay. I'm too cozy. So yeah, like I got my little blankie over here, but you know, if anybody sees my feet or something and wants to be creepy about it, I will ban you.
No feet pics.
I have those powers.
Don't be weird.
I'm just vibing back here.
So, unfortunately, much like last week, we're kind of towards the end of a day here, and lacking in direction a little bit.
You got that alligator head.
Yes,
but we don't
that's
know
correct.
what we need to do with it yet.
We did obtain this lovely alligator head. Can we look?
What's wrong?
First of all, I'm going to turn this back up.
Are we not getting narration?
We're not.
What did you do?
I don't know. Oh no.
Did you accidentally make
Voice off. That's weird.
Oh.
Narrator. Huh.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know how that happened, but I think we're okay now.
Quick inspect something.
Yeah.
The crocodile mask is made of
a little bit
genuine
loud for me.
crocodile head.
Okay.
It looks heavy, hot, and smelly.
One moment. I can't hear anything. Is that better?
Yeah, it's better now. It was blasting before.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we have this crocodile mask. I really don't know what we could possibly do with that.
Maybe we will need it in whatever voodoo ritual we need to sneak into.
I continue to be a little concerned that we might have made a mistake by we had to sell our dad's painting to the local florist Bruno to get $100 so we could buy this crocodile mask. But
didn't we get points
it
for that?
seemed real important to Gabriel, and yeah, we got points. We got points all the way, and we never lost any points. But I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily know what to make of that. You know, maybe there's a way we could have gotten more points. I don't know.
Sure.
I think it's fine, but it bothers me a little.
Yeah.
Especially since the painting seems relevant to these nightmares and stuff that Gabriel keeps having, and that apparently his father and grandfather also had. Maybe. What else do we have in our inventory? Here's our... Can we look at that close up? Yes, here's our assembled Veve, which we don't know too much about yet.
The artist's reconstruction of the voodoo murders pattern looks accurate to Gabriel. Something about it seems vaguely familiar and creepy.
It's interesting that it would be familiar.
Indeed.
But like there's in his nightmare that we keep seeing, there's some sort of ritual happening that does seem like it has a lot in common with the rituals that were described in that lecture we fell asleep at.
Right.
So I feel like there's probably a connection there. We have a snake scale we still haven't identified the source of. There's our priest's costume. There's our hair gel that we need to become a believable priest. Oh, right. We also got...
The small bottle is labeled Master Gambling Oil.
We got our Master Gambling Oil.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to do with that.
That was a freebie from the Dixieland shop, right?
Yeah, we got that as a freebie when we purchased the crocodile mask. I'm pretty sure we talked to Grace when we came back here. On thinking I'm just gonna head back out again.
I'll be back later.
Have fun.
I do wonder if it might be worth you. Unfortunately, I could not turn down the volume of this screen independently. I'm wondering if it might be worth having you look through the hints.
Oh, right.
And
You sent me that link.
oh yeah, I forgot to.
Did not open it.
I believe it should open in a straightforward manner, but if you have trouble, let me know. Let's go talk to our buddy Mosley, or Mostly, as Gabriel likes to call him for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's like he's trying to do a sick burn, but it's not.
I'm guessing the hint book is what I want.
Detective
Yes.
Mosley. Hard at work, I see.
It's you, God help me.
Is there anything in particular you want me to look for?
I mean, I'm basically looking for some direction here. There's, we just went over all the things that are kind of question marks at this point. I'm not really sure what is appropriate to investigate at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's why I wanted you to be in charge of hints, so you could look through and just give me, as little information as possible to help me get going.
Right.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
It doesn't really seem like we have anything new here.
What's the status on the Voodoo Murders case?
I told you, it's going for shit.
We're on day 3?
Yes, we are on day 3. Not to be confused with day 4 of streaming. Hopefully we'll get to day 4 of the video game today.
Okay.
I'll let you get back to it.
Later, Knight.
Have yet to scroll through day 3 and see anything that we haven't already done.
Sure. While you're
Hello,
doing that,
Dr.
I'm just
John.
kind of
Glad you could return to us, Mr. Knight.
exploring around to see if anything might have changed since the last couple things we did.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Huh.
What?
Did we ever have Grace research the pattern after you got it from the artist?
I feel like that came up as an option at one point.
Did you do it?
I mean, I'm sure I would have done it if it was there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like does it suggest what's supposed to happen as a result of that?
No, it just says you should ask Grace to research the pattern.
Okay. Well, I'll go back and make sure we've done that.
Okay.
I'll be going.
Come back.
That's the first thing
again.
I've seen that doesn't seem especially familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? I'm confused.
Hello, beautiful.
They
It's me.
The
okay.
excitement of seeing you is killing me.
The way the hints are laid out is kind of confusing because
Uh-huh.
they tell you in the bookshop
Right.
to ask Grace to research the pattern, but then later
Got a minute, Grace?
they tell you to
What's up?
get the pattern from the artist. So like
Oh.
it seems like it's out of order for some reason.
Right. That's odd.
Yeah.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure. What?
Okay. It's not an option, so I
can't
think
think
I
of
must
anything.
have.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what we would have learned from that, or maybe we.
I mean, generally when we ask her to research something, yeah, we don't
Right.
get that
Okay.
research until the next day.
So we did the dancing thing with the fortune teller at the square.
Yes.
Did we sit in on the interview between Mosley and Crash? I think
Yes.
I remember pursuing
I'm outta
Crash.
here.
We did.
Try not to sell out
And
the
it
store
was
while I'm
reiterated
gone.
a couple times
luck.
that he would only be around for questioning
Right.
for 24 hours, which made me kind of wonder if there's something we have to do before the end of the day. Like, the main thing I can think of is, like, come up with some evidence or something that would get him to talk. But I feel like at this point, I can't imagine what that would be.
Okay. I've reached a section about Madame Casimir's place. Surely this will lead us somewhere useful.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely something there we haven't accomplished. One thing I was gonna say is, like, should we put the master gambling oil on the snake bracelet? Like,
Huh.
it doesn't make sense, but it's like a thing I can think of to do.
Oh. Do you have any clay from Lake Pontchartrain in your inventory?
Oh. I don't think I do.
Okay. Well, apparently you need some.
So I can make a mold
Yeah.
of the bracelet.
Yeah.
Okay. That's... I wonder if something might have changed there? We definitely haven't been back there in a bit.
Right.
It's interesting because, like, you know, we looked at the magazine that had hints for the first day, and I feel like that wasn't mentioned as a thing to do there.
Right.
It looks pretty much the same.
I'm going back to day one to see if I can find how the hell you get clay.
Yeah. I guess maybe by the
The
water?
banks of Lake Pontchartrain are rich with clay deposits.
Pick up that clay.
Is that clay?
I love clay.
I'm super aroused by clay. It's so
Yuck.
Oh, he doesn't even like it. He thinks it's gross. He's just gonna pick it up.
It's sensual in a yucky way. Alright, so now I need to find my way back to the section I was on.
I think we're good for now.
Okay.
So
Well, I still want to find where I was in case we need more about day 3.
yeah, sure. Okay. To the Casino residence. Time to put on our priest's costume once again.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that's an interesting drawing of some clay.
If I continue
Gabriel
to
is
scroll down to the
carrying a
next
lump
page,
of
it would have
clay
said,
from the
"Hey, wait a
banks
minute,
of
where
Lake
do I get clay?"
Pontchartrain.
Oops, didn't mean to exit out of there.
All right, but this is private.
The game won't let us do it anywhere that would actually be private. though. Is this hair slicked back already?
I guess that's just like fourth wall privacy.
Oh, sure.
The things I do for my art.
There we go. Looking very priestly. Use door knocker.
Yes? Who is it?
Just me again.
Ah, yes, Father McLaughlin. That's the-
It's
Fake
Father
name he was using.
McLaughlin back again, don't you know?
Yes, Father. Come on in.
Thought that bracelet of yours might need another blessing. For normal reasons.
Please be seated, Father.
Thank you.
Now, what can I do for you?
Sorry. The thing I just thought of. Okay. So I've selected the clay, so it's right here, and then I can just click on it to use it. It's a little quicker in our 2-second window.
Do you mind if I ask you a few more questions, madame?
If you wish, Father.
Do you mind if I ask you the same questions? I guess we want to ask about the bracelet.
Can I see that snake bracelet again? I'm not sure the first blessing took, and I'd like to re-bless
Or
it.
the second.
All right. I do
The
admire
third
your
one
thoroughness, Father.
Just what it needs.
Here's the bracelet, Father.
Bless this bracelet of a snake, even though its vibes aren't great. Let it do nobody harm when they wear it on their arm. Voodoo spirits, go away. Don't come back another day. And now, let us pray.
Gabriel has a thought about the clay.
Bless, oh bless this circlet of silver. Take the curse, oh take it, Wilbur.
A lovely blessing, mon père.
Yes, I think it made a lasting impression. Here you go.
You know, Saint Wilbur.
I feel so much better now.
So, how are we gonna... Are we gonna have to, like, get into metalsmithing now? We need to, like, make a new bracelet now, right?
I guess we just need to go around and talk to every person you see and find out who makes jewelry.
Yeah, maybe.
I do have a location if you want a hint in that direction.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
It's
take
a
peek at
clay
this.
mold of Madame Kazunu's snake bracelet.
I don't think we know a blacksmith. We only have access to one page of the phone book, the C page. It's possible we could get Grace to do some more research for us. We'll figure it out, I think. Might take some asking around. How do we get out of here? Exit.
Well, madame, I must be going.
Of course, Father. I know how busy you must be tending your flock.
Also, Kazuno told us at some point, like, this is a family heirloom and supposedly some, like, token to give you access to real voodoo rituals. But she doesn't want any of that, so, like, the detail she has on that is kind of sketchy. And, of course, we don't know much either. I kind of feel like maybe there's the Getty tomb has a panel next to it, and when we met Malia there, we saw her coming out of the tomb, and I feel like it seems possible this is a key to access that tomb, but like that's just like purely guessing, mostly based on these two things happening near each other. So
Right.
anyways, let's get out of here.
I'm not going back on the street looking like this.
Okay, well, fix yourself up. There's no button for that. I guess I'm inclined to go to the square. I don't know. Like, there's maybe we can make a hot dog into a bracelet. A lucky dog, excuse me. Glad we got our music back here.
You know how moldable hot dogs are?
Yeah.
I snort laughed in such a way that it hurt my throat a little bit.
Oh no.
Also, how's your arm doing? Mine's only
Oh,
just
mine's
now.
fine. We got our boosters today.
Mine's getting a little bit sore.
Yeah, I mean, there's a tiny amount of soreness, but like I haven't really noticed it. I think maybe one time I did something that put pressure on it. I'm very curious how I'll feel tomorrow.
Same.
My second shot kind of wiped me out the day after. So who knows what tomorrow will be like. I'm gonna talk to this lady again.
You're back.
You know, you really freaked me out running off like that. Yoo-hoo! Anybody home?
What?
Stay away from Margagetti, or you shall pay with your life.
That's not the same lady, is it?
What the hell is going on?
That was weird.
Okay, I'm really confused.
By what?
That conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I assumed that was the...
The sexy dancing fortune teller?
Yeah.
Yeah. But clearly was not.
But I feel like the last person we saw run off was Malia Getty when we met her at the tomb.
Mm-hmm.
Did he think that was her? Or was...
I missed the beginning of that interaction. I wasn't looking.
I mean, I just clicked on this person to talk to them.
Uh-huh.
And he said something like, "Oh, there you are. You scared me when you ran off like that."
I feel like when you had an interaction with her, with the fortune teller, after you gave her back her veil, she did a palm reading.
Oh.
And then said
Okay.
something spooky and I think ran away.
You're right. I forgot about the palm reading. Okay. And now she has just vanished suddenly?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I kind of think Gabriel's a little cursed, maybe.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
And also, like, he keeps doing, like, religious crimes and stuff. That's not helping his case.
Oh, absolutely not. His karma is just terrible, I'm sure.
I'm gonna try showing the mold to this guy. He's the only artist type we know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, get out of here, muscle guy, not you. Okay, now something's happening.
What would the artist do with that?
He is a drawing buildings type artist, not
I mean, we don't know. Maybe he's got other
Metalsmith.
artistic interests. I learned how to do a little casting type stuff in high school. Okay. Seems like all the same people here. I feel like the people in the square don't really change in the middle of a day.
Yeah.
So I didn't expect much, but I thought it was worth coming here. And at least we did get that little scene with the
Sure.
fortune teller. Mulling over our options. We got the drugstore guy. Like, that doesn't seem like a great bet. I guess we should go talk to Grace. She might be able to give us a lead.
I have the
Phew,
most
it's humid out there.
the most
Made it back,
oblique
though.
of hints.
Really? I forgot you were gone.
Which is that the place you need to go to find someone to help you make a snake bracelet replica. Like, you're not gonna look at the map and be like, ah, yes, this makes sense.
Okay.
And also, from what I saw of the hint, I don't actually know who specifically you're supposed to talk to. I just know vaguely where they are.
Okay. I mean, I kind of figured, because, you know, there's no blacksmith icon on the map.
Right.
So,
I mean, I am curious if,
I'm gonna
if asking Grace does anything useful.
yeah.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
So there's no. Well, I guess I could have showed her the bracelet.
Could you do some...
Sure. What?
Okay.
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Do you know anything about this?
No. Sorry.
I could tell from his line delivery that this was the generic, here's a thing you probably don't know anything about.
I'm out of here.
Right.
Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
See ya.
Um... Just mulling over our options here.
Gabriel Knight, come in.
Hello, Magentia.
Do you know anything about
Please,
making jewelry,
be seated.
Magentia Moonbeam?
Does this mean anything to you?
I can be of no help to you, Seeker.
At first, the fact that he got up seemed promising, but then I was like, oh no, I think he just always does that. Okay. Bye then.
Well, I guess I'll be gone now.
I'm trying to think if, like,
Do what you will, if it harm none.
there's been
Count on it.
any, like, tiny bit of hint as to who would be an appropriate person to ask about
I do feel like the place you need to go out of all of the places
Hello,
on this
Dr.
map
John.
is the place you've been
Glad
to
you
the
could
least.
return to us, Mr. Knight.
Is it the restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay. That was the thought I had.
Goodbye, Dr. John.
I guess I was
Come back again.
I was thinking too hard and trying to think of something that made more sense. Like,
Right.
I've been there a couple times and asked the bartender about the patrons and stuff, and I
Right.
feel like he's never described anyone that
Yeah, and I have no
would be of interest.
I have no insights from the hint book.
Sure.
Which now that you're here, now that I've basically told you to come here, I'm gonna look at the book again.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
Okay, no, it just says.
What can you tell me about your
Have you been
regulars
to the
in
Napoleon
here?
House today?
I'd call
Find
you a
someone who can make a
regular,
real
Dave.
bracelet from it.
And one of our local writer celebrities, too. Been coming in here, what, 10 years now?
Don't remind me.
We're still waiting for that bestseller.
Don't hold your breath.
What?
I thought he was going to give me his usual description of the bar patrons.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
That's
What
about
is
all I can
his
say
visual
about this
description?
crowd.
Oh, okay. Maybe there's like a chain of dialogue that he cycles through.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
That's about all I can say about this crowd.
Perhaps you should have been
Well, I
paying more
mean,
attention.
this is the opportunity to use our little tape recorder interface, I
Right.
guess. Bartend. Bar patrons.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
This crowd, the ones you see, are mostly regulars. That guy and girl in the corner come here a lot. When they're not fighting, they're all over each other.
Okay. So all they know is making out.
In other
And fighting.
words, they're in love.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
See those old guys at the chess table? That's Sam and Marcus. They played every day for 20 years. Sam, the one with the purple jacket, he's lost every one of those games. It's not that he's a bad player. I've seen him beat guys twice as good as Marcus. But Marcus has Sam so psyched out, He loses his nerve every time.
What can you tell me about your regulars?
I'd call you a regular, Gabe.
Okay, so
And
Tell me about the street musicians around here.
I like music as much as the next guy, but like that drummer right outside. I like drums, but it sounds like the same thing over and over.
Sounds like my life.
it's rough, buddy. Okay, so yeah, that
I think you need to go through more of his dialogue options.
I'm gonna try talking to some folks here.
What's up? Buddy, I think the place you're looking for is down on Bourbon.
Can I ask you some questions?
I'm here to relax, friend. Buzz off.
Right. Sorry. Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
Like, I almost wonder if there's more to pursue for, like, street musicians or some other topic that's not
Tell me
bar
about the
patrons.
street musicians around here.
Don't know what else I could say.
Okay. I went to a wiki because I wanted to know what this voice actor's name was, and I did not learn that information, but I did learn that he's supposed to tell us who we need to find, but it doesn't tell me how he tells us who we need to find.
Does this mean anything to you?
Can't say that it does.
And the hint book's probably not going to be of any more use.
It's fine. I think I can figure
Tell
it
me
out
about
from
the
here.
street musicians.
I like music as much. It sounds like the.
Sounds like. Tell me about the street.
Don't know what else.
Okay, so that's the end of that dialogue.
I do like this interface. That's fun.
Yeah, it is nice.
Like a mixtape of every conversation you've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
What if you ask him about
I'm not
snakes
too
again?
Yeah, so I was...
Do you know anything about snakes?
I told you I don't know. I don't care either.
Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo hound fool?
Are you kidding? Around here? Hope they aren't serving drinks.
Well, if they are, I don't think anyone in his right mind would want one. Do you know anything about Veves?
Never heard of it.
Tell me about yourself.
A good bartender listens to other people's life stories without telling his own.
Maybe.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? I don't believe in it myself.
I want to ask a
I
question, but I
invented
feel
a
like
drink
it's going
once
to be
called
too
La Vose
backseaty or
too.
hinty.
But it wasn't very popular. Some people do believe, though. Even
try
some of
talking
our
to,
regulars here at Napoleon House. That guy Sam, the chess player, oh, he's really into voodoo. He's always talking about spells and gree-grees.
He's talking more about people.
Really? Great. Thanks.
I mean, it was all new dialogue.
Right. The question I was going to ask is, like, you talked to the guy sitting at the bar, but had you tried to talk to any of the other people?
I know I did at one point.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me. I hate to interrupt your game, but could I ask you a few questions?
But game! This isn't a game! It's a slaughter!
He's right, you know, so let me die in peace, would you?
Could you do anything with this?
What is this, a clay mold? Interesting. I am a jeweler, you know.
I did
But
not know
I'm
that.
retired. I'm gonna sit right here in this frickin' chair until I beat this bastard.
Ah! You planning to be buried in that chair, then?
That's like...
I did notice that the bartender had an option that said Sam and Voodoo,
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
so I think there may be
Could
more
I
to
ask you a
pursue
few
there.
questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
Maybe he'll tell you how to bribe
So
him
what
into
has
making
Sam
you
told you
something.
about voodoo?
Well, about 50 years ago, Sam was too shy to talk to this pretty girl he was in love with. He went to a voodooine and had her make him a love charm. It was a little pouch that he had to bury under the girl's front porch. Well, he buried the pouch, and the next day, he went up and talked to the girl. And, sure enough, she didn't reject him. Now she's his wife. Poor guy.
So what has Sam told you about voodoo?
That's about all I can remember.
Okay, so still no... It's just... I'm trying to understand how the game expected us to go from the information we get from the bartender to showing this guy this clay mold. Like,
Right.
there's no hints that he's a jeweler.
I don't think that this game is good at guiding you.
Yeah, I guess I want it to... I really want it to have more logical solutions instead of just try everything until you find something that works.
Right.
But we still don't...
Excuse me. I hate to interrupt your game, but could I ask you a few questions?
What game? This isn't a game. It's a slaughter.
He's right, you know.
Yeah, I believe Silver did say that the majority of the dev team, this was their first game, so yeah, like, you know, obviously I understand that, you know, this isn't their best work. And, like, I definitely feel like for reasons I don't fully understand, it was considered acceptable within this genre.
About the worst chess player I ever knew.
Shut up, Marcus.
To have these kinds of puzzles with just
Completely obtuse.
right, and like people often complained about them more than they ever seemed to appreciate them. But like, I don't know, it was almost, there was some like
I think it was,
appreciation of the absurd difficulty, I guess.
I think it was when you had me looking at the King's Quest 2 hint book that I saw in the like general like how do you play adventure games type hints.
Mm-hmm.
A explicit statement that these puzzles are frustrating, but that's why it's so much more satisfying when you finally solve one.
Right.
Like that seemed to be the design philosophy at the time.
You're saying this is the Dark Souls of adventure games?
I
It
think
might
so.
be.
I think that's an apt comparison.
Like just to compare this with, you know, King's Quest 1, for example, which I finished recently, like there was really there were some spots that I found a little frustrating, but when I went back through a second time to do a complete playthrough, there was really only one puzzle that I felt was a little unfair, just because you had to move a rock to find a dagger underneath it, and there was just nothing to hint at that. But most of the other puzzles, like, even if they were incredibly difficult, they at least had an alternate solution that you could figure out in a reasonable way. But this has just has some real difficult stuff, and you know, I guess they just expect you to try everything.
Right.
And I still don't know how to get this guy to help us.
Sorry to bother you, but could I ask you a few questions?
I'm not the chatty type, am I, Sam?
No, you old bastard, you're not.
Besides, I'm busy sucking poor old Sam dry. Go bug
Do you
someone
need
else.
to Do you need
You're
to
a real
tamper with their
sweetheart,
chess game or
Marcus,
something?
you bastard.
I mean, it really seems like we
Checkmate! Again.
Son of a bitch.
need to end the chess game somehow. Do we need to run off with the chess pieces? Let's look.
A man in a loud tie stares morosely at a chessboard.
Yes?
Got a second, Sam? It's about your game.
I don't have a game. That's my problem. Don't you touch those chess pieces while I'm gone, you bastard.
I ain't never needed a cheat yet, you loser.
Thought you might be interested in this gambling oil.
Let me see that. Master Gambling Oil. What's it for?
See, this is a puzzle I can appreciate. Like, we had context that this guy was interested in voodoo and had success with it in the past.
Right.
You know, we had this random item that, you know, it's called gambling oil, so, you know, we know this guy keeps losing, so there's lots of pieces there to, like, fit together and figure it out.
Right.
That's so much more satisfying to me. Oh. Is Marcus using it?
Don't you ever wonder why Marcus wins every time?
Get out of here. Marcus would never use something like this.
Well, if that's what you want to believe. This is a powerful voodoo oil.
Ah, go on. Really?
What?
This voodoo oil could make a nun get lucky.
Really? You think it really works, huh?
I'd stake my reputation as a novelist on it.
Mixing your metaphors there a little bit,
You
Knight.
say Marcus uses this. That explains a lot. Let
I
me
mean,
see
it's
that
not like he's a
bottle.
writer or anything.
Oh, this looks authentic.
Oh, it is.
If I could really beat that bastard. Stonewall, give me a Pim's cup, would you?
Coming up, Sam.
How much you think I'd put in
Those are
here?
good.
Careful. You don't want to overdo it. Too much luck can be dangerous.
Ha! There's no such thing as too much. Now stand back.
Come on already. I'm ready to checkmate.
We'll see about that, Mr. Schmutty Big Mouth. Checkmate! Checkmate, you bastard!
Son of a bitch.
20 years I've been waiting to say that. Checkmate, checkmate, checkmate!
You are the biggest butthead Sam Singleton that I ever met.
Checkmate!
You can just put this chessboard where the sun don't shine.
I do like this little
I did it! Yippee!
celebratory animation loop is pretty good.
Nice game.
Very good.
Nice game. Hell, I was brilliant! Of course, I gotta give some of the credit to that oil of yours. I've been losing to that guy for 20 years. If you ever need a favor, you come to Sam, you hear?
Will do.
How about right now?
Hello, Silver. How you doing? The voodoo murders are going a little rough, but we're getting there. We made a mold using some clay we picked up for reasons.
The reason being that I looked at the hint book and it told us we needed some clay.
Yeah. And I can't remember if you were around at the end of the stream last week, but we put on our priest costume and went to the old lady's house and made a mold of her snake bracelet. Why am I holding that up? It's right here. There's my lovely drawing of it. It's quite accurate. So this guy is a jeweler, which the game gave us nothing to help figure that out. But we eventually determined that, and then we happened to have some master gambling oil, and he kept losing at chess and was preoccupied with that, so we offered him the gambling oil, and he finally won, and now he'll do us a favor.
I still wonder if there might have been some dialogue with the bartender that we didn't get all the way through a dialogue tree where it would have come out that way that he was a jeweler.
I don't know. It seemed like I exhausted all the dialogue
Sure.
related to bar patrons and this guy in particular.
Sure.
Anyway, we got there. So let's talk to this guy some more.
Can I ask you some questions now?
Look, I'd be glad to help you out, but I've been stuck in this bar too long to know much about anything.
Oh, I guess we just need to show him our mold.
Could you do anything with this?
What is this? A clay mold? Well, I am a jeweler, you know. And I owe you one. Would you like me to cast this for you?
If you can.
You got it, pal. Actually, it'll be a pleasure to get my tools out. First time in years. I've been too busy playing that goddamn game.
He makes it sound like he's
I'll
been
have the
literally
bracelet
trapped
tomorrow.
in this
Meet
bar
me
playing
here.
chess for 20
Great,
years.
thanks.
Okay.
I mean, maybe he has. I don't know.
So Sam is casting a replica for us. So I'm assuming we're gonna have to wait till the next day for that.
Mm-hmm.
So now what?
It's getting late. Gabriel decides to go home for the day.
I was hoping that would happen because I had nothing as far as what to do next.
I was gonna say that the hint book gave me a suggestion, but I wonder if that's something that we've already done.
Yeah, probably. We definitely did things in a weird order.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm going inside.
Oh, excuse me. I'm afraid St. George's is closed for the day.
I'm not a customer. I'm here to see the owner.
Why don't you just leave your name and number with me, and I'll tell him you stopped by.
Listen, if Gabriel is here, he'll want to see me. Is he here?
Really couldn't say for certain, but in the morning.
Gracie, say goodnight.
Ugh.
You came. I didn't think you would.
I didn't think I would either.
Is this about to get sexy?
I think it is.
I could show you around a little. It's not much, but...
Please, don't. I couldn't focus on much of anything right now.
Yeah, I know. God, what is it
Was I not
about
paying
you?
enough attention
Just
in the
shut up
previous
and kiss
interactions?
me.
I did not pick up on this vibe at all.
You could do better, Malia. I mean, he was coming on to her real
Sure,
strong,
I mean,
but
he comes on to everyone, but was she reciprocating at all?
there was definitely a hint that she was interested, but it
Okay.
was like, I guess there wasn't much reason given to support it, I guess, more
Right.
than anything. I guess she just finds him attractive or whatever.
Sure.
After being thrown out of her estate, Val, we ran into her at
The cemetery.
her family tomb.
The sexiest
and
of
had
all
a-
locations.
Right. It was really weird. Like he kept grabbing her arm. Oh shoot! I thought that would wait until I had a chance to read it. Yes, the graveyard flirting.
I think. Okay. The hint book has the poem. Would you like me to read it?
Yeah, there's probably going to be some dialogue here, I'm guessing.
Sure.
So.
You're not speaking to me this morning?
Don't be silly. I just have nothing to say.
Did you find out anything about that pattern I gave you?
Yeah, I did find something. I checked the microfiche at the public library. I found an article about a murder in 1810. The newspaper published a part of a pattern found around the body.
What's wrong?
It looks damn close.
You're incredible. All that work.
That's creepy.
Forget it.
Have it your way.
Who's out there? Who's looking in the window?
Has that been there the whole time?
No, that's new.
So the poem.
Yes.
I spoke to one who smelled of death. He gave to me his ears, and crosses that were marked were made into a veil of tears.
Okay. Sure. Let's look at this.
Have you noticed this guy outside the shop?
Yeah. He gives me the creeps. I wish he'd go away.
Is that a guy or is that the literal devil?
You think? What?
Oh, I moused into the corner that makes my computer go to sleep.
I see. Let's talk to Grace. Do they smell of death? There's no nose icon, so I don't think we can find that out.
Do you know anything about Veve?
I told you, I can't help you with that.
I mean, she said she had information on the drawing, right? But did she give it to us?
She said something about a murder in 1810.
Okay.
That's as much as I can remember.
I think I might have missed a little bit because I was distracted by the man in the window.
Right.
Do you have messages for me?
Nope. None right now.
I'm gonna play back that conversation,
Yeah.
just in case there were any important clues there.
The only thing I can remember is a murder in 1810. Would it be
Could
under
you do
research?
some research for me? Could you do some research for me?
Okay. I don't know how to get to that. I'm just not gonna worry about it.
Sure.
Let's say hello.
Get the hell out of here.
Oh,
The figure outside does not respond.
Don't be rude, Gabriel.
Get the hell out of here.
The figure
That's not a
outside
question.
does not respond.
He's still there. I wish he'd move or something.
He hasn't moved an inch since he showed up.
Is it a guy or is it a mannequin?
Gabriel watches the man watching the shop. Gabriel doesn't want to put the mask on until he has to.
I figured if this guy wants to be creepy, we could be creepy too.
Gabriel watches the man watching the shop.
Well, let's look at the paper.
Today's newspaper is on the counter. Times-Picayune, dated June 21st, 1993. Gabriel's eye is immediately drawn to an article about the voodoo murders. He scans it quickly.
I don't believe this. They've closed the case.
What case?
The voodoo murders case. The paper says that the police have learned that the murders were the result of an underworld cartel war and that the war is over.
That's not good.
It's ridiculous. What about the killers? And the voodoo angle, they never got anything on that.
I know you were into it, Gabriel. But if it's over, that's hardly a negative. Anyway, if you're that upset, why don't you talk it over with your pal Mosley?
You don't get it, Grace. Just forget it, okay?
Gabriel decides
it,
to
man.
check his horoscope, despite his disgust. Death walks close to you today. Resist temptation, lest his eye fall on you too.
Peachy.
Very literal horoscope. Well, that's it. We did it. The murders are solved.
What sign is
Beat the
was that
game.
the horoscope for?
His. I mean, I don't know when he was
Sure.
born.
I'm just saying, like, does everyone born in the same approximate time of year as Gabriel Knight need to be wary of the specter of death?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they might be just for him.
These horoscopes stink. I agree.
There is nothing to move there.
I thought we could move the guy, maybe. Well, let's see what happens if we go outside.
I've got some things I need to do.
Uh-huh.
Is she being extra salty with you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's weird. Like, it comes off... It comes off a little bit like she was interested in him, but like, why?
Yeah,
There's no reason for that.
You could read it as that she is acting that way because she is jealous,
Right.
or because she's just grossed out by his behavior.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I'm sure he does shit like this all the time,
Sure,
right?
sure.
Like, this is who he is. It's weird. I guess we're talking to Mosley. Kind of the main lead we have. Oh, we do have, we should go talk to the professor.
Was he doing something for you?
He was gonna research the Veve that we
Right.
gave him a copy of. I want to say there was maybe something else that we were expecting to happen the next day.
Can't stop yawning.
Hmm. Just checking my notes here. Yeah, I don't know. Oops. Does that work? Oh, all this time I've been clicking on that door and then this door. I just need to click on the one.
Mostly my man.
Knight, come on in. Knight, I hate to tell you this, but you're out of a book. The Voodoo Murders case has been closed.
I had a feeling you were going to say that, son of a bitch.
He's a fiction author, right? I mean, he could just make up whatever he wants based on
Right.
what they had.
What I am picking up from this, from his reaction to the murder cases being closed, and as you say, he is a fiction writer.
Yeah.
I think he's not good.
Yeah, I think he's a bad fiction author, and he needed a good ending.
He's
for
a
his
hack
book.
who needed to lean very heavily on real life events to know what the hell to write.
Yes.
Can I ask you about some stuff? You're the writer. Ask away.
We can reopen the case? Let's do it.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
Look, the department's not interested.
So, couldn't you make them interested?
With what? I've got 7 bodies and still no leads. The voodoo angle's worthless. And besides, these people aren't hurting anybody but out-of-town drug dealers and hitmen.
The voodoo stuff is not worthless. It's the key to the whole thing. And these people are dangerous. They need to be stopped.
Okay. You want me to reopen this case? Prove what you just said.
What do you mean?
You need to prove there's a legitimate voodoo cult in New Orleans. Prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
Prove there's
At last, we have a motivation.
Cult. Prove they're
a
threat. And what was the last one?
I already forgot.
How can I
You need to prove there's a legitimate voodoo cult in New Orleans. Prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
That's what I thought. So, it's clear from the way the dialogue comes out that that serves as kind of a checklist, and as we accomplish those things, he will tell us what we still haven't done.
Right.
So that at least gives us some clear objectives. I'm not sure how we're going to accomplish them. Hello, Culinary. How are you doing tonight?
Culinary has a very intriguing suggestion.
What if I insulted you?
Yeah.
Have you ever called a
that
hair
help?
club for men?
I'd rather have no hair than your hair, Knight.
Is that the only insult he
That
has?
seems to be the only insult.
Pretty disappointing for a dedicated menu option. All right, let's get
Well,
it.
as we previously discussed, Gabriel Knight is a hack writer with no ideas.
Yeah.
So.
For real.
I'm gonna hit the road.
Later, Knight.
Later, mostly.
Later. I need to find a snack. I'm hungry.
Okay. Let's take a quick break. I could use a little stand up and also a snack, so we'll take a quick break. Hello, hello. We'll find a better screen to hang out in. Let's. Oh, right. The researcher guide. At Tulane University.
Does Tulane University have relaxing music?
Okay, it's a little creepy,
I already took my headphones
but
out.
it's quiet. So that's almost the same as relaxing, right?
That's creepy?
Okay, maybe it's not. It's very quiet, at least for me.
It's quiet. It's
Yeah. All right, it's fine. Anyways, we'll be back in a minute.
This is like an anthem for learning.
Sure. Yes. Okay, I'm back. I have cheese and crackers. Got some tea getting ready. And let's go talk to this professor. Gamer snacks.
Mr. Knight, you're back. Oh, goody.
Have you had any luck with that beve?
I'm still working on it, Mr. Knight. When I'm finished, you'll be the first to know.
Interesting. I'm used to everything being ready the next day.
Mind if I pick your brain?
Not if it will get you out of my office.
Don't think there's anything new here.
Tell me more about human sacrifice.
I wouldn't dwell on it. Most voodoo sects probably haven't seen a human sacrifice for several generations.
Just had to tell on Secret Crush that the tea timer has ended. And I did it in chat because I'm not sure if she has the volume up enough to hear. Okay.
Gabriel doesn't need to do that with the door.
Yes, yes. Okay, so...
I'll see you later.
Good day, Mr. Knight.
I guess we'll try going to talk to Sam again. See if he's made any progress on our snake bracelet.
Sam, my man.
Hey there, it's you. I got that bracelet for you. This piece was a real toughie. For some reason, the metal just wasn't setting. I must be out of practice.
Well, it looks good to me. Thanks, Sam.
No problem. By the way, I'm heading out of town tonight.
Yeah? Where to?
Marcus used to tell me that if I ever beat him at chess, he'd take me around the royals. The old bastard has enough money stuffed in his mattress to cover the federal deficit, and he hates spending a penny of it. I'm gonna enjoy watching him squirm through every mile.
Sounds like fun. Good luck.
Are you kidding? Luck is my middle name.
Hell yeah, dude. Nice. Also, that thing about the metal not setting, that's no cause for concern. There's nothing cursed happening here.
Sam's replica of Madame Cazanu's snake bracelet looks just like the original.
So, how do you feel now?
Couldn't be better.
So I guess I'm inclined to...
Where'd the other coaster go?
There's a coaster
Where'd
here.
you go to the blue one?
I don't know where it went. Oh, here it is.
It's the nicer coaster.
Yes. I can't think of a lot to do besides try the bracelet on the tomb, so that's what I'm gonna do. And like, certainly this game has taught me that even if you don't have a lot of reason to do a thing, you might want to do it anyway. So we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll work. I still can't believe there was a whole nother screen over here we couldn't find.
Oh, in the cemetery. It's not ideal, but I guess I have to reach awkwardly to get my teacup.
Okay. You know, I haven't saved in a bit, so let's do one of those.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that.
I really should have saved at the beginning of the day, but that's okay. So let's look at this again.
There's a small marble plate near the tomb doors.
I forgot to put any honey in my tea, but also I'm too lazy to get up and do it again.
Hmm.
The plate is locked in position. There's a keyhole on the plate, but Gabriel can't operate that without a key.
I guess the game does suggest it as a normal keyhole and
Right.
not...
And not a weird snake-shaped key.
Right.
Yeah.
That was. I mean, I'm still gonna try it, but I don't expect this to work.
That doesn't work on the locked plate.
That was my interpretation from last week as well.
Yeah, I just when I thought of that, I couldn't remember exactly how the game described the plate. Okay. Let's I guess see who's hanging out at Jackson Square today, since that seems to generally be important. Oh, I felt so good about that click. I was like, this is it. That's the pixel. It's right there. Come on. That was a little too high. I guess my main thought here is we should maybe show this bracelet to some folks. See if we can learn anything about it.
I had a feeling you'd be back.
Really? Boy, you are amazing.
Please, be seated.
Does this mean anything to you?
It's beautiful. I love it.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No, but if you know where I can buy one.
Sorry. It'll be rather hard to find one these days.
Oh, well, so be it.
Yeah, it's just her GK shield, you know. I kind of missed the end of that conversation. Did you catch what she said? Like, I feel like
she wanted to buy it, and Gabriel Knight was like, no, sorry. And she's like, beans. Ah, well.
Yeah. I could kind of tell there wasn't anything important happening here. I don't see any reason to try.
Well, I guess I'll be going now.
Other dialogue options with her right now? Might be a mistake, but...
Could you pass me a gamer's tissue?
May the protection of the snake god go with you.
Thanks.
I clicked on the wrong thing, but this will get us there.
I'm curious if it will ever stop being funny, or if we'll just get bored of calling everything gamers noun in this room.
I can't imagine why we would ever get tired of it. What's going on here?
The band looks normal, but the person standing motionless next to them is unusual, I think.
Something creepy's gonna happen again, I know it.
Probably.
Hey, Crash, wait up!
Crash only looks scared and keeps walking.
Okay. It's our buddy Crash Bandicoot. Local gang member?
Well, as is tradition, I tried to toss my used tissue in a wastebasket from quite a distance away, and I spectacularly missed.
We're 0 for 1 in the gamer trash can. Was he a drug dealer?
Crash was the guy that you met at the, I don't know if you met him, but he was at the police station, but I don't remember any much more than that.
Yeah, he was being interrogated. Like, he clearly knew something. He had some information that he was worried people were going to think he snitched on him or something.
Right.
And it sounded like it was probably something related to the Voodoo murders. It wasn't super definitive. I'm kind of wondering if this might...
It's Crash, the guy from Mosley's office. At the first sight of Gabriel, he slouches away like a beaten dog.
What was going to be the end of that sentence?
I wonder what he's up to.
That was a description. The fact that he keeps scooting away from us makes me wonder if maybe it's finally time to make use of those binoculars up on the overlook. I can't think of how.
Right.
This is different. He's not just reading anymore. He's like...
working.
Yeah. Can we buy is this the day we get a lucky dog of our very own?
I wonder.
I guess we don't have any way to pay for it, do we?
Can you trade a snake bracelet for one?
Ooh. Maybe.
Hello. What can I do for you, sir?
Oh, that's a different guy.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Beignets.
You can ask what happened to the guy who used to be here.
You know, the other day, my iPhone decided it was time to show me some photos of our trip to New Orleans. And there was a nice picture of some beignets in there. I would like to eat those again.
What the heck are beignets, anyway? Deep-fried sweet dough with powdered sugar on top. New Orleans donuts, sir.
He grew up here, right?
I'm not clear on that. Like, he keeps asking every person he meets, what can you tell me about New Orleans, when his family's lived here for generations?
This is just like an option for us, the player, to get information even though it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I guess.
What happened to the guy who used to be here?
The lucky dog guy? I took over his spot.
How could you? People need lucky dogs. I mean, I love the beignet, but...
I kind of expected the explanation to be something like the lucky dog guy went out of business because he wouldn't make any sales.
The beignet vendor is unlikely to have information that Gabriel needs.
But he does have beignets.
Oh, nothing.
You're the boss.
The vendor wouldn't be interested in seeing that.
Okay. Had to try. Oops. Just clicked right out of the window. Just crash again. Crash coffin, I assume? I can't think of what we could do here.
Right.
Hey, Crash, wait up!
Crash only looks scared and keeps walking.
Is that Gabriel hollering at him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The voice sounds so weird.
Mm-hmm. You think if we went to the drugstore and got some cough drops, you'd talk to us?
I don't know. Would they be voodoo cough drops?
I don't know. Maybe? So he's back where he started now. I feel like he's facing the opposite direction, maybe, but
maybe.
I don't feel like we're making any progress here. It's interesting that the booth continues to remain here.
Right.
Please, does anyone here speak French? No, monsieur. Hello, Hinton. How are you doing tonight? We did finally figure out what Caprice Encore means. What did... Goat without horns. Ah, yeah, that was the whole human sacrifice thing. Yeah, I'm not sure, like, definitely we need to talk to Crash, but I don't know what to do to corner him. I knew getting a job would prevent me from learning things. Yeah. That's jobs for you. Should we confess? We did do some crimes. I think we should confess.
He's just gonna brag to the priest about how he got laid.
Probably. Did we get points for confessing before?
I don't really remember.
I don't think we did.
The confessional is empty.
Oh.
And there does not seem to be...
May I help you, my child?
I'd like to confess.
I'd like to make a confession.
All right, if it will make you feel better.
I've done some pretty rotten things to my friend Mosley.
Rotten? What do you mean?
Practical jokes, insults, among other things.
I see. Are you sorry?
Well,
Pray for forgiveness and say 3 rosaries. Is there anything else?
nope, that's it.
Goodbye then. Peace go with you.
We can also ask him to give a blessing.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you did that last time.
Yeah, I guess I did.
The confessional is empty, and there does not seem to be a priest behind the window right now.
I guess mostly I'm just trying to figure out if there's ever a gameplay reason for this confession thing, or if it's just a little bit of flavor. It seems like too much work to not be there for a reason at some point.
Right.
I'm gonna check out the overlook. So I should... say 4. I mean, I guess this was already on day 4, but whatever, it's fine. Crash at square.
Four pairs of binoculars are rigorously mounted on the cement floor.
What does it mean to be mounted rigorously?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Let me specify, in the case of an inanimate object.
Yeah. So these, like, each one of these gives us a view of a section of the square. Just got a real rigorous vibe. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so here's... Oh. Okay.
That's Crash. What the hell is he up to with that drummer?
Okay. Let's keep an eye on him for a bit. I'm guessing we can maybe go talk to the drummer and get some info. I'm gonna see if we can spot him doing anything else. Are drummers good or bad in this game? That's a real good question.
I feel like so far drummers have been neutral.
The guy at Napoleon House sure doesn't like him.
Sure.
But I don't know what his deal is.
Am I making this up, or did someone at some point earlier in the game tell us that the drummers were a way of, like, sending secret messages? I feel like this has to have come up in the game at some point. Because I was not looking at a lot of hint stuff for the first streams of this game, and I feel I am either thinking of something completely unrelated to this game, or someone said that at some point in the first couple days of gameplay.
Right. I don't remember anything like that ever coming up, but it also seems like
there's a drummer outside of Dr. John's place.
Yeah.
And this vague memory I have, I can sort of imagine Michael Dorn's voice saying something about drummers passing messages.
Really?
Maybe. I don't know.
it's possible I just missed it or forgot about it.
I don't think I've said a spoiler.
No, it's fine. Like, it's interesting. Like.
Okay, Val remembers it too.
Oh, okay. Let's look that up then.
If you're done with your plate, I can take it away.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
And then also put honey in my tea.
Which thing do I want to...
Yeah, would that be something
New Orleans?
That would be my guess.
What do you think of New Orleans?
It is the...
Nope.
It is the only city in the...
Tell me about current.
Many people think of voodoo and voodoo, the religion. There are several African Americans. I, personally, am more interested in some of the new movements are copying Haitian.
Tell me more about...
There are many voodooians in New Orleans. Perhaps you would like to meet a voodoo.
Sure.
She lives on...
Great. What can you tell me about St. John's?
It is one of the...
What else can you tell?
I am afraid I do not know the origin.
What exactly?
Hoodoo. Hoodoo is a bastard of...
Is there anything else I
Not it. Hoodoo is of interest.
Yeah, it might not even be something that's in there. Like, I feel like there are some bits of dialogue that don't make it in there. All right, let's go talk to this drummer.
Did you make any progress while I was gone?
I was looking through the recordings, and I couldn't find that.
Okay.
I feel like it must not be in there. I kind of wonder if it maybe came up when I looked at the drummer or something like that. I don't know.
The drummer is busy.
How could we get the drummer's interest? We don't know very much about Crash.
Does this mean anything to you?
The drummer looks blankly at Gabriel and continues his rhythm. A lone drummer beats out a haunting rhythm on a large African drum.
It kind of seemed like Crash disappeared. Like I couldn't find him in the binoculars after we saw him talking to the drummer. But I'm gonna double check. I suppose it did kind of look like he might have gone off towards the church.
Crash is huddled in a pew. He looks seriously ill.
Maybe he does need some cough medicine.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I'm praying. Leave me alone.
The old talk to him from the pew behind trick.
The classic.
I need to talk to you. Ask you some questions.
No way, man. I'm too sick. Let's go away.
Come on. I have to know what you know about these voodoo people.
You don't know nothing about nothing, man. You're so far out of it, you wouldn't understand anything. Just like that friend of yours, Mosley. Go away.
I'm not like Mosley.
I know more than you think I do. I'll believe you.
Forget it, man. It's not worth my breath.
Should have gone upstairs and pretended to be God. Perhaps. I don't know that we can get upstairs. Of course, maybe I haven't clicked on the right pixel for that.
Come on, talk to me.
I'm too sick to waste my time. Oh, go away.
Like, I was joking before, but now I'm genuinely wondering if we need to, like, get him some probably voodoo medicine to make him feel better.
Would you like a very vague hint?
Sure, why not?
You already have what you need.
Really? Okay.
And says I forget that I shouldn't make jokes in adventure games.
We probably just need some hair gel. I bet it'd freak him out a lot if I put on this crocodile mask. What? Like, there's all these notes and stuff. Like, I don't think any of those would be relevant.
Do you recognize this?
No, don't waste my time.
Is he gonna barf in church?
He super sounds like it.
Do you recognize this?
Where'd you get that?
Why? Do you know something about it?
Know something about it?
Look at this. Crash opens his shirt and reveals a tattoo.
It's the same snake.
Same snake!
It's their sign. The mark of the snake. Without it, they'll never let you get close.
The sign of the snake. Right. Your tattoo, my bracelet. Now, do you believe that I know something about these people?
Yeah. You know about them, I guess.
Will you answer some questions for me now?
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll talk to you a little. I'll make it fast.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, jeez.
You need to see a doctor. Is this guy gonna die on us?
I don't know.
Tell me what you know about voodoo.
Look, just take some advice. Stay away from this voodoo shit. You don't really want to know, man. Believe me. Just do yourself a favor and leave me alone.
I want to know about the voodoo murders.
You're on the right track. That's all I can say. I'm not gonna risk my life by talking about it, man.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Man, can't you see I'm sick? Don't bug me with stupid questions.
You gonna go all the way down the list?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Why wouldn't I?
The eyes. Snake's eyes. Damballa.
Okay, calm down.
Damballa.
Do you know anything about snake?
No.
The eye.
Okay.
I can never tell if... Like, I wish there was some way to tell if asking the same thing would give us new dialogue or just repeat.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
Nothing. Just leave me alone.
Was that the 23rd?
Yeah.
And, yeah. 23rd. And this is the 21st. So that's in 2 days.
Do you have any idea what Caprice Girl means?
I never heard of that.
Well, I know what it means.
Tell me what you know about a secret voodoo handful in New Orleans.
Oh, man. Shut up about that shit. Can't you see I'm sick? Are you trying to kill me?
Do you know anything about animal masks?
No. Leave me alone about that shit.
What do you mean? You've seen them, haven't you?
Not me. Leave me alone.
Do you know anything about Veves?
I never heard of that.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
I never heard of that.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm sick. Dying. Eating a big enchilada. What the fuck else matters?
Eating a big enchilada.
I saw you talking to that drummer. What did you tell him?
You saw me with the drummer? Nobody's supposed to see. Shit. I blew it again. Promise you won't say nothing to no one. It'll get back to him, everything does. Promise me you won't tell anyone you saw me.
Okay, but you have to tell me everything I want to know.
Okay. Okay. I was sending a message, man. They have these rotter drummers posted around the quarter. They see everything. And they report.
Report? How?
The drums, man. It's some kind of code.
I just remembered the manual talks about the drummer code thing.
Okay, that must be what I remember it from. Because you read stuff from the manual out loud, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Also, now that you've gone through like almost the entire dialogue tree, I want to point out that the hint book suggests that you start the questions from the bottom and work your way up. Because the important information that you need is in the two things that are highlighted red.
Yeah, like I knew the drums was going to be the most important thing, but I was like, oh, I'll go through the list first, you know, in case that like ends the conversation for some reason or something. Are you suggesting that the other ones might give me more info now?
No,
or?
I'm just saying. Literally, all I am saying. The hint book is extremely light on details. The hint book just says, ask him about everything, but this time start from the bottom up.
Okay, that's fine.
Tell me about the Rada drums.
I already told you about that.
Okay. At least that's there so we can ask other people about it.
You could ask him more about himself, or...
Voodoo's... Okay, it's just some weird highlighting thing.
Yeah.
It always throws me off.
The himself is still red, though. Doesn't that mean that there's something else to say?
No. The red options are, I guess, kind of like character-specific dialogue options.
Okay.
Like, there's always a little section here of... Like, it always starts with an option to ask them about themselves, but then, you know, sometimes there's other options that you could only ask that character about. Whereas the ones above, you can ask anybody about.
Do you know anything about snakes?
The eyes.
Okay.
Okay. The thing in the manual just says there's a section about drum code interface. At a certain point in the game, Gabriel will need to translate a drum code. The drum code consists of 3 pitches, high, medium, and low. There are also 3 strikes, a single, a double, and a triple. And it shows you what the interface looks like.
I see.
So it's basically like just explaining the interface. assume we're done here. Good luck with your cold, buddy.
Before you leave, the hint book does suggest 4 specific topics in an order, and I do wonder if the order matters.
Just a few more questions.
Get on with it, man.
You already asked him about the drums, and he won't tell you more about that. So it says ask him about drummer, then voodoo murders, and Hound 4.
Now tell me what you know about voodoo.
All I know is these people are into some weird shit. They have power. Real power. They can write your name on a piece of paper and chew it. And you end up eating meat. Like you've been through a grinder. They know things in their heads. Things that no one ever knew about you. They know when you lie. They can smell it. They're fucking scary, man. I don't know if it's the devil or what. But it ain't no fake shit, man. It's real.
And then voodoo murders?
Yes.
Now tell me about the voodoo murders.
They did the murders. And that's not the only way they kill. They can get you from miles away. Just by saying your name.
Come on, you don't really believe that, do you?
I seen it, man. You can't cross them.
Voodoo.
Hound 4.
Tell me what you know about a secret voodoo hanfour in New Orleans.
All right. There's this is an underground cartel in New Orleans. A voodoo cartel. They control everything that happens on the street. I mean, everything. Bought or sold. They have their fingers in the legit world, too. Banks, foreign stuff, you name it. There's supposed to be this temple. What you said, a Hound 4. That's their headquarters. I heard people say it's underground. Somewhere in the French Quarter. I don't know where.
Have you ever been there?
No. I've never been in it. I'm a nobody. A runner. But I saw them once. Out at the lake. They became animals, man. Beasts. I remember the eyes. The eyes.
Hey, are you okay?
The eyes. The eyes of the snake.
I think I should go get a doctor. Hey, are you alright?
Someone, I need help.
The eyes of the snake. Dambala.
Oh, what snake? Crash.
Crash spasms twice more, then dies as Gabriel wanted.
Oh, God. Poor bastard.
Rip Crash.
Yeah.
Oh! I didn't expect to get a little drawing of Dead Crash.
Indeed.
That's... Huh.
Crash's body is slumped
Time to
in
poke
the
at a corpse.
What a place for a violent death. Crash's shirt is closed.
Yup. Sure is. Do I want to open it?
On Crash's chest is a tattoo of a snake.
Okay, but we did know that already.
Yeah, but we didn't see it.
Sure. Oh.
I guess I better copy this tattoo.
You know, we're just standing in a church, partially undressing a dead body and then drawing pictures of it. Normal stuff for Gabriel Knight, apparently. I assume we're done here.
I guess. The hint book doesn't seem to have anything more poking to do on his corpse, at least.
Yeah. You don't have to keep looking up hints.
It's getting late. Gabriel decides to go home for the day.
All right.
Short day.
Short day.
Yeah.
Hello?
It's me. I can't sleep.
Me neither.
Can I?
Yes. Come.
Booty call.
At least he's found a cure for his nightmares.
Yeah.
The road was blocked. The truth was shunned. The white flag had been waved. Reversal cost me all I had and everything I'd braved. Day 5. Still there.
Oh, yeah. There wasn't anybody outside.
Are you okay, Gabriel?
Sure.
On the street scene.
Great. Why?
I'm worried about you.
If I were any better, Grace, I'd be dead. Now, what's up?
You got another package this morning. FedEx from Germany.
Oh, nice. I think that was the thing I was trying to remember.
Where is it?
Well, it kind of came open, but I salvaged the contents. There was a letter from your great
Came
uncle
open.
Wolfgang in a journal.
The package just came open, huh? How'd you like the journal?
Someone has to look after you. You're in trouble. In case you don't know it.
Yeah, you've been reading my horoscope again, haven't you, Grace?
Just read the journal carefully, Gabriel. Please.
Sounds good, Silver. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out.
St. George's books. Oh, Professor Hartridge, I'm glad you called. Did you... You did? Wait, slow down. The Aigris? Really? You think that's them? The wheel within a wheel? A goon badagri, huh? Well, that does sound like it. Dambala, the snake. That's the wavy pattern at the bottom, okay. The 1791 slave revolt in Santo Domingo. Well, why would the Veve show up there? Okay. 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 Look, I'll come over as soon as I can. Okay. Relax, Professor. I'm excited too, but you're gonna give yourself a heart attack. Okay. Thanks. See ya.
I wish you'd tell me what's going on. I swear you're gonna step into a hole you may never get out of.
Don't look so worried.
A
No one
hole
knows what
like
I'm
a
doing.
grave.
I'm perfectly safe. And I'm getting some great stuff for the book. Besides, there's something about all this. My dreams.
What about your dreams?
Nothing. I'll be careful, I promise.
Okay. So, I guess we'll go talk to that professor. Oh, we should read the paper first. And also, we should take a look at this guy.
Gabriel watches the man watching the shop.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I will say he does have a somewhat devil-like appearance.
I mean, I can't tell what's going on there.
Times Picayune, dated June 22nd, 1993. Disgusted with the state of the voodoo murder case, Gabriel turns right to his horoscope. The shadow upon you is no longer reversible.
Well, that's not good.
Oh, we done fucked up permanently now.
Do you think that's what that means?
I don't know. No longer reversible. Sounds like we can no longer avoid what is about to happen to us.
I guess what I'm asking is, do you think that is a sign that
Oh, no, I'm not saying
mistake has been made?
I'm not saying I fucked up in the game.
Okay.
I think
You're saying, like, narratively.
I think he's fucked.
Narratively, Gabriel Knight is fucked.
I think we're doing fine.
Okay.
That does remind me though, we should do a save. Day 5. I can't think of anything to talk to Grace about. Oh, we could talk to her about the drums.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Oh, interesting. Huh. These two are in a different color to show we haven't talked to her about them. Rada Drums is not, but we definitely haven't talked to anyone about the drums. Right?
I stopped trying to make sense of the...
Do you know anything about
colors.
Rada
I
drums?
keep trying.
Rada drums? No, afraid not.
Okay, so maybe they weren't that one wasn't a different color because there's not really anything there.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
Ooh, no. Makes my skin crawl, though.
Okay, so never mind. I give up.
Does Ogun Badakri mean anything to you?
No, sorry.
Is that something the professor said on the phone?
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to write stuff down.
It's something that Gabriel said while he was on the phone with the professor anyway.
Yeah. I assume he's going to talk about all that in more detail when we go see him. Oh, I should have asked for messages.
Do you have messages for me?
Nope. None right now.
Alright. I figured. Can't hurt to check. You think this guy just like hides around the corner every time we
I'll be
go out
back
the door,
later.
or what?
Maybe.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Professor. Really getting good use out of that little animation.
Yeah.
Hey, Hot Ridge, what's the good word? Hot Ridge? Ah! Oh, God, not
More dead
again.
people?
The professor! Is he holding something?
Yeah. Examine this corpse.
I didn't know there was going to be so much corpse examination in this game.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's like his collar.
Something about Hartridge's death mask reminds Gabriel of the way Crash checked out. Not a pretty ending.
Do we check for tattoo?
I don't know.
Something about... Something... Something... Something...
I just, like, I guess I feel like they're giving us a close-up we can interact with. Surely we have to...
Nothing means much to Dr. Hartridge anymore.
do something.
That would be up to the coroner. Something about Hartridge's death.
Oh! We got the FedEx package.
Oh yeah, you didn't even look in your package.
I mean, there was stuff to do.
Sure.
Gunter Ritter's diary is leather-bound. Its parchment pages are old and fragile.
Fancy.
Gabriel reads through the pages Wolfgang marked. He reads of Gunter Ritter's journey to Charleston as witch hunter, hired by the townsmen to solve a series of ritualistic murders. He reads about Gunter's meeting with a beautiful slave woman, Tetelo, and of Gunter's tormenting urges for her.
Oh, bastard.
He reads of their physical union and passion, and of Gunter's investigations into the murders. The victims were all crew members on a certain slaving expedition to Africa, it seemed. The second to the last entry described Gunter's plan to set a trap for the coven committing the murders. He found the name of one of the surviving members of the crew, a man now living in the West Indies. Gunter has spread a false rumor that the man is returning to Charleston. He himself will impersonate a sailor and allow himself to fall into the hands of the coven. Naturally, Gunter has arranged for able-bodied assistants to follow and attack the coven before they can do him harm.
Halsey's son of a bitch, wasn't he?
Gabriel turns to the final entry of the journal.
Interesting.
So now you can read it for yourself.
Yeah. Dear Father, I offer these final words as apology for the harm done to our sacred office. The woman I wrote of, Tetelo, was the witch I sought. I have committed terrible crimes. I loved this witch, then betrayed her, and then used our sacred family power to free her and aid her in destroying this colony. The talisman is gone. Tetelo took it. I can but pray for thy forgiveness, for thy swift recovery of the talisman, and that my punishment in hell will be long and bitter. Thy undeserving son. Undeserving. Why was that coming out wrong every time? Gunther. Some interesting parallels, perhaps? Also, I'm guessing this talisman is the one we've seen in Gabriel's nightmares. I can't remember if I did a bad drawing of it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, here's my bad drawing of it. It doesn't really look like that, but it's a circular thing. It's got 4 things coming off it, and then there's like an embossed image of a lion with a serpent winding around it. Okay.
Gabriel, he reads about Gunter.
Oh,
the second to the...
Halsey's son of a bitch.
Gabriel...
Oh.
The snake tattoo tracing says nothing.
Thought we might be able to look at it close up. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's a snake.
This is the first page of inventory.
Yuck, I can see him well enough, thanks.
Okay. I guess we can look at what's on his desk. That might be
Dr.
useful.
Hartridge's desk is remarkably neat, especially considering the rest of the room. On the desk is a sheet of paper with some scribbled notes. It
I
looks
figured there had to be
recent.
something here.
These notes look interesting.
Hartridge's notes are scribbled on notepad paper.
The Agree Tribe. People's Republic of Benin. So basically just have a bunch of random phrases and symbols.
Yeah.
Hartridge's notes are scribbled on notepad paper. This is the first.
I'm just looking around, trying to decide if there's anything else worth clicking on.
Dr. Hartridge's desk is exotic fish lend even more color to the cluttered office.
I guess I'll head out.
Before leaving the university, Gabriel notifies campus security about Hartridge's body.
I was about to say, shouldn't we be letting somebody know about these dead bodies?
Yeah, for real.
Hey, Celtic Delta, good to see you. Morning, evening, definitely. It's pretty late at night here, almost midnight. But good morning to you. I hope you're doing well. I assume since you said morning, it is morning now. What are we doing now? We got a lot of information and I don't know what to do with it. Maybe we should talk to Grace. Maybe we can make her research something?
Maybe.
It's worth a shot.
Hey, Grace. Here I am.
Oh, boy. Party time.
Did my first day at work yesterday in 14 months and fell asleep right after, so I woke up now at 4 a.m. Jeez. Well, I hope things went well for you. Certainly reasonable to be exhausted after that.
Perhaps unsurprisingly, the back of
Got
the
a
bed
minute,
is
Grace?
not quite deep enough to
What's
stack
up?
plushies on top of.
Oh. Request research.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure. What?
Ah. Okay. We could have done this earlier, apparently.
Could you research rudder drums for me?
Rhododrum? Sure. I don't think we have any books on that topic in the shop, but I'll contact our suppliers. Assuming any of them will extend you any credit.
Tell them it's an emergency.
Uh-huh. I can see where a Rotodrum book would be incredibly urgent. Anything else?
I got drums to decode. Does Gabriel Knight not have any money?
It sure seems that way.
I don't think he does. 2 hours longer than expected. That does sound like a tiring day.
I can't think of anything.
There to get out.
Okay.
Okay. So I never know where to. Drums. I feel like I should have organized my notes better and had like sections of like things we're waiting on and things we need to look into, but oh well.
It's for next time.
We're just doing our best here. Well, I guess we do have some things we can ask more people about. It might be worth talking to Mosley.
See ya.
What are the things? Mosley wants us to prove there's a cult, prove they're a threat, and get a lead. We have had 2 people die.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean...
That feels like something.
Yeah. No, that's not that.
There didn't used to be a drummer outside the police department, right?
Definitely, there hasn't been one in a long time. I'm trying to remember if there ever was one before.
One of the Getty drummers watches the police station.
Getty drummers?
What?
Huh. Interesting. Game expect you to do things in a different order, perhaps? Did the game just spoil itself?
Maybe. Huh.
Hey, mostly. It's you, God help me.
Okay.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Okay, so we can bring up the 2 deaths.
Crash is dead.
What? What are you talking about? I let him go yesterday.
Yeah, and I watched him die yesterday at St. Louis Cathedral.
At the cathedral? Guess he was trying to get a last-minute A-train ticket, huh? Poor bastard.
I think you should go find the body at the morgue. He was killed by the voodoo cult. Crash said.
Crash said? Did he mention pink elephants, too?
Aren't you going to investigate?
Civilians. Did you actually see someone kill him?
No. Actually, I was with him when he died. Could have been poison, though.
Yeah, well, when they get the body in, they'll do a quick autopsy. Standard procedure. If it's anything other than an overdose, I'll get a report. But it won't happen. I know these guys. Lock them up overnight, and they tend to overdo it the next day.
Your professionalism is astonishing.
Seems weird that he wouldn't have known about that when it happened yesterday.
There's been another murder. A professor at Tulane.
Oh, Christ, you're not gonna start this again.
Just listen. This guy's name is Hartridge. He was a professor in African studies at Tulane. Yesterday, I went to see him about the voodoo murders case. He agreed to do some research for me. He calls me up this morning, tells me he's onto something big. And when I get over there, the guy's dead.
You know, you're really getting your ass in a sling over this thing, Knight.
It's not about me. Look, Hartridge's death looked just like Crash's. I'm telling you, they were both murdered. And by the same people who did the voodoo murders.
Did either Crash or this new guy have their hearts ripped out?
No.
then there's nothing to link either to the voodoo murders MO. Besides that, the case is closed, Knight. If the coroner's report asks for a homicide investigation on either of these guys, fine. But it's not going to be related to the voodoo murders case unless we find damn good reason to do so.
But I'm the link to the voodoo murders case, don't you see?
Look, if I were you, I wouldn't repeat that to anyone. If I weren't an old friend of yours, I might take you seriously and lock you up. As it is, maybe you should start keeping your mouth shut and not involve other people with this shit. You think it's so dangerous.
I am amused by the cop being like, "Man, you going on about dead people again? You found someone mysteriously dead and you want me to do something about it? The police?"
I mean, he clearly doesn't, he's not that into actually doing his job.
Right.
I assume we haven't made any progress, but I'm
How
going
can
to
I
do this.
convince you to reopen the case?
I already told you. You need to prove there's a legitimate voodoo cult in New Orleans, prove that they're a threat, get me a lead on the cult.
Apparently 2 dead bodies isn't enough.
Right. Like, I guess I kind of wonder if maybe if we... I mean, there's dead bodies, but he's not convinced it's anything. So,
Right.
like, we need to connect that to evidence of a voodoo threat.
Right.
And then we'll have checked off that item.
Have you ever heard of Dumbala?
You mean gumbo?
No, I mean Dumbala.
Never heard of it.
Does the name Ogun Badakri mean anything to you?
Say what?
Ogun Badakri. It's a voodoo loa.
Speak English or shut up, Knight.
Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you. Guess I'll take that as a no.
It doesn't seem like we should probably try talking to the voodoo lady or Dr. John about those things.
Do you know anything about Rada drums?
No.
They're these African drums, and they're being used all over the French Quarter to send messages for the voodoo cartel.
Yeah, right. When them drums announce a blue light special at OK Mart, let me know.
Giddy drums mention. I don't think that was ever.
I'll let you
anything
get back to it.
Came up before.
Ciao, baby.
Look at that.
Hello, a Maple Mystery. Thank you for the raid. Hope you are all doing well tonight. Crimson Diamond Voodoo Raiders. That is... What is this emote from? Thank you. I worked very hard on my little alerts, and I'm glad we finally got to see another one of them. So I'm playing Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers, first game in the series. We're currently on day 5.
Yeah.
We made a decent amount of progress. We still don't have a lot of info about the voodoo murders that we're trying to solve here. Thank you. I'm glad you like my little notes, Cam. I've been keeping track of all the clues and puzzles that have come up. Yes, Mark Hamill as Detective Mosley. We got Tim Curry as star Gabriel Knight. We have Michael Dorn as Dr. John. I think we're going to go see him right now and see if he has anything new to... Oh!
Why is it so dark in here?
This looks spooky.
Dr. John? Hello? Oh.
Oh yeah, have you saved recently?
No. Are we dying? Oh no. Shit.
That would not help to get a python off of Gabriel.
I don't have any snake repellent. Oh no. I don't know. Does this? Oh no.
I really don't want to be dead. Can we try that again?
That's a great scream.
Is it the first time I've died in this game?
It's the first time we've seen this amazing skull, so I think it is.
Yes. Oh, I saved at the beginning of the day. Honestly, I feel like the worst thing is trying to remember exactly everything I did.
Well, you forgot to look at the contents of your package until you got into the professors, so you should probably do that first.
He reads.
Oh,
He just gun.
Halsey, son of a.
Gabriel.
I apologize to everyone new that came in, but since I already did this stuff, I'm just gonna kind of click through it.
Natural.
Halsey, son of a bitch.
Gabriel turns to
Sounds
the
like at least some
final
of
entry
y'all
of
are
the
familiar
journal.
with this game, so hopefully this isn't
Gabriel
too
reads
confusing.
through the pages, Wolfgang.
Oh, bastard.
What can you tell me about straightening out Gabe's mess of a bedhead? Well, we did,
entry.
I think I went through this the second time. We did find some hair gel and gave him a very priestly looking makeover.
Did you notice your alert pop up just then?
Oh no, I didn't.
That's funny.
Thank you for that follow. Appreciate it. I think I need to talk to Grace to ask her to research the drums again.
Got him. Could you do some research for me?
Sure.
Funny, like,
what?
Could you research Rada drums?
I did not at all expect that to lead to a death.
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
I will say I found Dr. John a little suspicious.
Yeah.
Almost entirely because the game wouldn't let us talk to him about the snake scale we found.
Yeah.
We could talk to anyone else about that snake scale, but if we tried to talk to him about it, the game was like, maybe you should find out more about that before you go showing it to people.
Did we ever find out more about it?
Not really. I mean, we found a few other snakes and determined it didn't belong to any of them. We never had any opportunity to get a sample scale from Dr. John's snake. Thank you for that follow, Maple Mystery. Appreciate it. Okay. I think it's all here. Yes, definitely a
I'm
little
going
bit of
out.
Blade
Have
Runner
fun.
there. Investigating mystery snake scale.
Don't forget to save when you do things.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the things I know we're safe to do, and then I'll save. Unfortunately, we don't know anyone that can look under the snake scale with a microscope to see if it's got any writing on it.
Is that what the thing? I literally could not think of what. Like, I know there's a snake. I can't remember anything about Blade Runner, I guess.
Yeah, I believe he gets
Hey, Hogridge, what's a
somebody
good word?
to look at the snake
Hogridge?
scale and determine the manufacturer of the snake.
Oh, God, not again.
To narrow down where it came from.
Something about Hartridge's death mask reminds Gabriel of the way Crash checked out. Not a pretty ending.
So we weren't really able to investigate anything here, but we did get some notes
Dr.
off the desk.
Hartridge's desk is remarkably neat, especially considering the rest of the room. On the desk is a sheet of paper with some scribbled notes. It looks recent.
These notes look interesting.
Excuse me, sir. Just gonna grab these notes. And we'll take a look at them.
Some professors will do anything to avoid office hours.
Hartridge's notes are scribbled on notepad paper.
And we've got all these
So I don't
things
think I
written
introduced
down.
myself. I am the resident stream ghost.
Oh yeah, this is my wife, Unsecret Crush, in the background. Feel free to give yourself a shout out.
Oh, sure, why not?
She is also a streamer. She streams usually on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern and Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern. She's been playing Persona 3 on Monday, and I guess Thursday's been kind of a grab bag these days.
Mostly
sometimes
Genshin.
Genshin Impact, sometimes other stuff.
Mostly Genshin, occasionally something else.
Oh, okay, so the look icon is the only one available here. I was thinking it's too bad I didn't notice what the point score was before I died as a way to confirm we've done everything, but I'm going to go ahead and do another save right now.
I'm curious, like, I know I could look in the hint book. I am the hint keeper.
Yes.
I'm curious what in the world you can do to prevent the snake from killing you in the museum.
Snake repellent.
Okay.
No, thank you for that follow, Eden Wave. Glad to have you here. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, based on the other puzzles in this game, who knows? Like, it almost could be anything.
Sure. Ooh, are snakes afraid of crocodiles?
But we can't put on the crocodile mask before we have a reason.
But I think having a snake on you should be a reason. I'm just saying, maybe you should try it.
Would a snake choke him out of the cloth? I appreciate the creativity here, but I'm not quite convinced.
He was pretending to be an Irish priest. Saint Patrick drove away the snakes or something like that, right?
That sounds right.
That would work in King's Quest.
For sure. Speaking of which, I have been playing King's Quest on Saturdays also. I'm currently on King's Quest 2, and I'll be going through that whole series on Saturdays, and I'm gonna go through this whole series on
Before leaving the
Tuesday
university, Gabriel notifies campus security about Hartridge's body.
I've played Gabriel Knight 2 before, but not either of the others. I've played most of the King's Quest games.
I'm pretty sure everybody so far has just been doing funny goofs, but I do want to real quickly say that we do request no hints or tips unless we specifically ask.
Yeah, especially this is the first time I've played this game, so I'm doing my best to figure out things on my own. Occasionally, if I get stuck, Unsecret Crush is... she's got an original Gabriel Knight hint book handy, so she can look things up.
I have a PDF of an original hint book.
Yes. Something kind of smells in the professor.
I feel like the way that narration plays about, oh, and by the way, Gabriel totally alerted somebody about the dead body on campus. That feels like they added that in after the fact. Like, someone realized at some point after they had already, like, programmed and designed that whole scene, they're like, oh shit, he should, like, tell somebody.
You're right. I did note that there was nothing like that when we left a dead guy in the church.
I mean, he did
with
yell,
his shirt pulled up.
He yelled for help and then just left.
Yeah, it's true, I guess. But
I feel like at some point I'm imagining like a developer meeting of some kind, and they were like, okay, we can maybe say it's believable that he would just leave a dead guy in the church when he was like a suspected drug smuggler or something like that. So like maybe people on drugs die in church all the time, and that's not weird. But a professor at a university dead in his own office, why, Gabriel should say something to someone about that.
Miss Getty is unavailable, Mr. Knight.
You think the butler's jealous of the time that you've been spending with Miss Getty?
I mean, maybe. I don't know anything about his business. So we don't want to see Dr. John again right now.
Not until we acquire snake repellent.
Let's try the Moonbeam
The
residence.
sign on the front door of Magentia's home reads,
Well.
attending a channeling seminar until August 1st.
Hope we didn't need anything else from her.
That's interesting. Oh, have we been to the square on day 5? Day 4 was so short that I kind of...
Hi.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, I think we should go back there. Gladys should write a song about that. Oh, yeah.
I could see people faking their death to not talk to Gabriel.
Yeah, I mean, I would find that very understandable. Still got the beignet guy here. I don't know what to do with him. Are snakes afraid of beignets?
Probably not.
Fortune teller, the empty fortune teller booth is still hanging around. I mean, I guess you just booked it and left it there.
Yeah.
I don't expect to get anything out of our drummer here, but can try again. Oh, I was gonna...
I know who you are.
The drummer ignores Gabriel and just continues drumming. Unnerving, isn't he?
Bring an entire hog to feed the snake, but where do I get a hog? Or any snake food, for that matter. I was going to review my inventory to see if I have anything that would make sense for dealing with a snake. Like,
show it the snake scale, and then it'll be like, ah, you are of my kind.
I think I tried to use the the bracelet. Yeah, none of these, like, again, you know, this game has expected us to do some kind of wild things now and then, so maybe it is one of these things, but I feel like we gotta be missing something.
Would you like me to look for hints?
Why don't you look up a hint, and if it seems like something I'm not going to come across on my own, or you can think of a good subtle hint to point me in the right direction, then sure. I think I'm going to try going back to the drugstore again, just to see if, like I was saying before I got killed at Dr. John's place, we've got a couple new things we can talk to people about now, so it's possible that would get us somewhere.
What one hint I'm seeing right off the bat suggests that there might be a book at the bookshop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hi.
I don't know where at the bookshop.
I know there's a section about like animals and stuff. I can't remember if snakes are mentioned. Or do we gotta learn how to deal with the snake there?
I guess. I'm just looking at the first level of hint so far. But I kind of think much like with the German dictionary, you're supposed to just randomly click around, find a book about snakes, and then leaf through to find some random snake facts.
Jeez, it's humid out there. Made it back though.
I wish you wouldn't wear that coat outside in June. I could smell you from here.
I do appreciate the creativity here.
I feel like slathering yourself in lard or something similar would be would be the kind of solution that a game like this would come up with.
We do have this hair gel. We could just put it all over our body.
My hair looks perfect the way it is at the moment.
You're not thinking about the future. Alright, let's see what books we got here. I feel like the animal section was over here.
That shelf contains historical references, biography. That shelf, the top shelf contained books on animals, including snakes and other reptiles.
The thing is, though, like, I'd looked at all this stuff before, and I tried to read anything I could. I guess maybe I missed something.
Gabriel pulls down a book on snakes.
Snakes are legless reptiles. Some snakes kill their prey with poison, some by constriction. A snake smells by tasting the air with its forked tongue. The smells are passed back to a sense organ in the mouth. Constrictor snakes, however, sense their prey by vibration.
Did you know that medieval legends about dragons and giant worms are actually based on snakes? You know, dragons, devils, sea monsters, well, they've always been associated with snakes.
Grace, get alive.
I was just thinking, you know, why now would he think to look up about snakes when, you know, he has no knowledge of this future death?
I mean...
But I maybe haven't clicked around on the books since snakes became an important topic.
Probably.
I don't remember exactly when we found the snake scale and started investigating that whole angle. Yeah, I have heard about the cat hair mustache in Gabriel Knight 3. I don't know exactly how that works, but
have you given a lot of thought to
I can't wait to experience it.
Committed to playing the full series of Gabriel Knight games?
Yeah, I have to figure out how to play the third one.
I see.
I'm playing these on a Mac in ScumVM, so I'll need to boot up Windows to play that one, but I think I can make it work when the time comes. I would like to do that because I also want to play Mask of Eternity when I get to that. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some kind of vibration.
The hint book offers the charming suggestion of if you're not sure, try restoring to an earlier game and look around before coming back to a more recent save to try again. To like investigate the museum in a state where you won't immediately die. Have you been making multiple saves, or have you been overwriting?
Yeah, I've got saves. I can go back. I'm just trying to think. Like, I know I've poked around there, and I'm trying to think. There was one item in particular, like nearish to the door, that I remember trying to interact with, and I can't remember exactly what it was. Eden Waith, if you wouldn't mind whispering that to me or Unsecret Crush, I would be happy to take a look at that. I have links disabled in chat. Yeah, ScumVM is fantastic. I should do my little message here about how I'm playing the game. Purchased from GOG, which they have a lot of old adventure games available there, and ScumVM plays. It's started out as like a recreation of the interpreter for LucasArts games, which was called Scum, and then it has expanded over time to include Sierra games and all kinds of other stuff. So if you are into older games like this, I definitely recommend checking it out. Okay, so I just did a save, and it sounds like our
I'll be back later.
Don't hurry back on my account.
Solution is there in the shop.
Right.
So I'm just gonna give it a shot, and if I don't get it this time, then I'll back up and poke around the shop more to
It
figure
is
it out.
also after midnight now. How much later do
Why
you
is it
think
so
we'll
dark
go?
in here?
Yeah.
Dr. John? Hello? Uh-oh.
Like, we're over here, and there's this...
There's no time for that now. There's no time for that now. That would not help to get the python.
Are you just kind of clicking around, or?
Well, I mean, there's a couple items over there, and I can't remember exactly what they were, but I thought I'd try interacting with them. I wanna try to get through this puzzle, and then we'll wrap up for the night.
Excuse me.
So let's back up to... We're on day 5? Okay. So we need to go back at least one day.
You know what would suck?
What?
What if, while you're on this, like, earlier save, simply for a reconnaissance mission, what if you got points? Doing something you've done before. Wouldn't that suck?
That'd be a bummer, but it's okay. I got it!
Wow!
I finally got out of the cemetery on the first try.
Amazing.
It was very hard to find the right pixel to click on. I'm learning.
Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you could return to us, Mr.
Okay.
Knight.
We're safe.
For now.
Let's explore.
Professor Hartridge said that in Voodoo, a small ritual coffin is called a seke module.
Just notice, this looks like that wavy knife that came up in the voodoo rituals. Yeah. It was also mentioned in the lecture.
Okay.
Kubasa knife.
Yeah. In the dream sequence, that was the knife that turned into 3 snakes when some blood got on it.
Right.
That knife looks familiar. Probably from Hartridge's slide.
What do you call it? A kubasa?
What?
This Asan Gourd also came up.
A what?
Asan Gourd, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but that sounds like a thing that would vibrate and make noise. And I wonder if there's one of them here somewhere.
A wooden doll with horns is on the back table.
Looks like Jack Nicholson.
The historical voodoo museum is brimming with items authentic and original.
I'm gonna move so I can look at this skeleton thing back here.
This game is absolutely about hunting
I've
the
always
pixel.
wanted a skeleton with a bowl on its head.
Alright. What is this thing?
An official voodoo wish and stump. Rub it and make a wish, a card says.
Funny, I say the same thing to women.
Gabriel.
The historical voodoo museum. The back wall displays various voodoo items, such as a poster advertising a voodoo tour of the city. Winters only.
Oh, this is that.
That gourd must be an assault.
Even if that were for sale, Gabriel couldn't afford it.
Like that. It seems like it's got to be something over here, though, right? Because he's on the ground.
According to Hartridge, that pole in the center of the room is called a poteau mitan.
We asked Dr. John if he's got anything that would vibrate.
A striking portrait of a turbaned woman is on the back wall.
I always
Gabriel
struggle with
wonders
trying to
who she
think
might
of
be.
how to phrase a hint as vaguely as possible.
Sure.
The back wall displays various voodoo items, such as a poster advertising a voodoo tour. It's the exit to Ursuline Street.
Have you tried clicking on anything that looks more mundane and less voodoo related?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm generally focusing on the voodoo-looking items. But I guess I don't see...
The historical voodoo. The historic...
Would you like me to point at what I think is the thing that you need to interact with?
Sure.
I believe it is this.
The light switch?
It's an electrical
Really?
switch.
So... Okay.
Have you tried interacting?
That's not at all the angle I was expecting
Have you
after
tried
what
interacting with things, or are you just looking at them?
I'm just looking at them. I mean, I assume we don't need to do anything right now.
Gabriel cannot take that.
Oop.
Oh, that's the take. That's the take.
Yeah,
verb.
I meant to do use.
What does this do?
Oh.
Oh.
We have air conditioning, you see.
Yeah, I see.
And it made the snake go wild.
Okay. Let's go back to where we were.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Have fun.
That's games.
My earpod died. It's okay, I don't know.
No, I'm not getting audio anymore.
I got it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's deal with this snake.
Why is it so dark in here? Dr. John? Hello? Uh-oh.
Use. Switch.
Points.
You bastard.
Good day, Mr. Knight.
That thing just tried to kill me.
He did? I am sorry. The museum is closed today, you see, and we were not expecting visitors. But if you will excuse me, Mr. Knight, I must go look for him. He is incredibly valuable.
You don't need to ask twice. I'm out of here. By the way, you might want to lock your door next time you're closed.
Not a bad idea. Goodbye, Mr. Knight.
Is he perhaps the prettiest snake in all the land?
I was hoping we'd have an opportunity to investigate for a snake scale there.
Posted on the door of the museum is a sign saying, "Closed today only." This time the door is actually locked.
Good for you, Dr. Joan.
What happened to you?
Who, me? Nothing. Why?
Well, you're kind of a pale green color. Come here.
Pale green, you say? Charming.
What's that on your face?
I'm sure you'll tell me.
Looks like a sparkly or something. Got it.
I love it when you pick stuff off my face, Grace.
Well, excuse me.
I assume she gave that to us?
She put it on the desk.
Oh. Where? Oh, did she put it in the ashtray, maybe?
Probably.
I was wondering what that ashtray would be for.
Kind of, the animation was like, picked it off and like kind of set it in front of her on the
The
desk.
item in the ashtray is too small to pick up by hand.
If only you had some tweezers or something.
If only.
I'm impressed that they've given you cause to use the tweezers more than once.
Looks like the python left me a souvenir. Very interesting.
Let's take a look.
This is the last.
Ah.
How do you know which is which?
Yeah.
Gabriel magnifies the
Okay.
scale from the lake.
Okay, he just knows somehow.
Yes. Oh, I lost my magnifying glass.
Gabriel magnifies the snake scale from the Voodoo Museum's python. It's hued with purples and greens. It matches the scale from Lake Pontchartrain. He places the two scales together.
Nice. Evidence.
Combined scale.
I can't wait to see what Mosley thinks of that.
Did Mosley know about the snake scale that you found at Lake Pontchartrain? I'm trying to imagine this going any better than like you show him evidence and he's like, man, I don't care about that. Man, I don't want to do work. Man.
Yeah, I feel like it must have come up at some point,
Sure.
but I can't really remember what he said about it. Like, I feel like he kind of brushed it off.
Yeah.
Like he brushes off everything.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of feel like he said something about like whatever. There's snakes, you know. It's just a wild snake, and then we didn't have an opportunity to clarify that there were like clearly prints suggesting a cage was there. Okay, so that's gonna be it for tonight. I will be.
Hey, Mosley, I found you a new toupee.
I will be continuing this game.
Not in the correct spot for this scene.
Let's see.
Hello.
I'm gonna have a brief break coming up in a bit, but we'll still be here a week from today, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So I'll be continuing a week from now. There's a link to my schedule and to Unsecret Crush's schedule. I don't think I mentioned earlier, but I usually hang out on her streams and chat like she's been doing for mine. And on Saturday, I will be continuing King's Quest II, Romancing the Throne, if you'd like to check that out. Thanks again for the raid and for all the new followers. Appreciate y'all hanging out, having a good time. So we're gonna find someone we can raid. Oh, thank you for that follow. Appreciate it. I think... I can't tell if Kimchika is wrapping up or...
I kind of think she went live pretty close to the same time as you did, so it's possible she might be wrapping up.
Okay. Yeah, I think she is. Shoot. Been playing for a bit. Unfortunately, there's often not a lot of options for who to raid this late.
Yeah.
At least, not that I follow. King's Quest 4 points chime is what I use on my phone when I get a text message.
That's
awesome.
Fun. Turtles?
Yeah. Well, yeah, sure. We're just gonna raid turtles and chill. Always,
They seem like a good option for late night raids.
yeah, always a good chill way to wrap up the evening. Oops. Just some turtles and fish and some chill music and good vibes. So, thanks again. I hope you all have a good evening, and I hope we'll see you again next time. Bye.